morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode 1030, 1K30. Happy Monday. How goes it? Ever since COVID, I've got a COVID story coming up. Ever since daylight savings or whatever it is when daylight savings ends, since the time change. See, I'm bad with my words. Flavored soft drinks, the ending of daylight savings, the time change. Keep it simple, stupid. Since the time change, my sleep is whack, man. Again, I keep waking up at 4:30. And I think part of that is because I typically wake up at 5:30 and then I just kind of lay in bed for a little while. But it's been 4:30 recently. And it's like, maybe I should get up, tackle the day, seize the day. I haven't to this point, but one of these days I will. Good morning. Happy Monday. Speaking of COVID, I talked about going out to dinner on Saturday night with our friends who are moving. My wife is going to help them with their home sale and was supposed to meet with them this week. We get in our group text yesterday afternoon. My buddy woke up feeling feverish yesterday morning, took a COVID test, positive. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, oh, so the text, I heard my wife's phone ding, my phone dings. I open it up and oh, fuck. My wife goes, yeah. So, she's like, we should probably take a test. I'm like, it's been less than 24 hours since we were with them. It's probably not going to be accurate whether or not we caught it or not. So we'll be monitoring any symptoms today, maybe take a test today or tomorrow. So that was kind of because I've got a fun weekend ahead. I can't get COVID. I've got the Chicago Sports Spectacular this Saturday and Club 400 Trivia Saturday night. So I'm looking forward to digging through some bargain boxes on Saturday at the Donald Stevens Convention Center in Rosemont. So if all of a sudden I start sounding sick, you know what's going on. That'll suck. Speaking of card shows, next Madison card show, Saturday, November 25th, Sheraton Hotel, John Nolan Drive. We'll have a sold-out show with 125 dealer tables, free admission. Show runs 9 to 3. Early birds are welcome. I'm always there early, and my bargain boxes will be open to dig through as early as 7 a.m. So come out and see me in a couple of weeks. That's Thanksgiving weekend, the Saturday of Thanksgiving. Today, I just wanted to talk about I kind of took it easy yesterday. I wasn't planning on, and even yesterday morning I mentioned, probably not going to watch any football. Maybe it'll be on in the background. I'm glad I did. There were some good games. The Packers-Steelers game was good, and thankfully the Steelers won. Lions and Saints, and it cut out. It was like the perfect timing. Usually it cuts out, and it's like, I don't want to watch this game. Perfect cut time. Cuts to the Saints-Lions game. I think the Lions, was that the game? Saints-Lions? Yeah, Lions won. So I was tracking some other scores, and I think, the Patriots lost again. I think the Giants lost again. So those are teams we're competing with as the Bears, trying to get a top first-round pick. So I did watch some football. I didn't watch. I had the 3 o'clock games kind of on in the background. And then I think I turned on a Christmas movie, maybe. Oh, Office Christmas Party was on. Office Christmas Party has moved in to my favorite rotation. I have a it's now a 3-headed monster of Christmas movies. It used to be just the dynamic duo. Since 1990, I've only had 2 favorite Christmas movies, like the top tier. That was Home Alone and National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. However, Office Christmas Party has moved in and has reached the top tier of my favorite Christmas movies. Office Christmas Party. I love it. I will watch it multiple times a year, along with Home Alone and Christmas Vacation. Some of the other Christmas movies I like, they're favorites, but I can only stand to watch them once or twice a season. With these three, my three-headed monster of Christmas movies, I can watch them all the time, anytime, all the time. So that was on. And then last night, I didn't really watch I went upstairs. I did come down. I started to do some listing of these Topps Chrome NPB that I want to talk about. Didn't get any uploaded. Some singles are uploaded of color refractors and such. The base will be coming soon, later this morning, as a matter of fact, as I get through, because they're not recognized by Card Dealer Pro, so I have to manually type in. So I did about half the batch, and I'm like, I'm tired. I'm hitting the couch. So there we have it. I want to talk about Topps Chrome NPB because I did, as I was watching the Packers Steelers game, I did open my second blaster box of the McDonald's All-America product, the blaster box, the second blaster that I had, and then I opened a hobby box I ordered a case of 2022 Topps Chrome NPB from Blowout. So that was a product that I'm like, I'll rip. I'll keep it on the shelf. If I have an itch, it's something I can rip. I had an itch yesterday. So I opened a box. I'm like, damn, this is fun. So I opened another box. Damn, this is still fun. So I opened two boxes yesterday. Lots of color in those boxes. If you saw my tweet yesterday with the cards laid out, that was just one box. All that color came in one box, plus refract. I didn't even show the base refractors. I think there's like 4 base refractors in a box. So I bought the 2022 Topps Chrome NPB, and there's not too many listed singles on eBay. So now, doesn't mean they're going to sell, but if people are looking, there's less competition. So that's what I aim for, less competition. That's what typically moves on eBay. Stuff that, 91 Fleer is not going to move, but 86 granola bar food issue might. So we'll talk a little bit about sales, because I don't think I touched on this yesterday, even though we went over 2 hours yesterday morning. I have now made 3 purchases. I didn't talk about my third purchase. So my first purchase was the 2022 Topps Chrome Update case. That I am not opening. That's just sitting on the shelf, and maybe a rainy day, but probably just something that I'll sell it sealed later down the road or sell hobby boxes. Ooh, that's a power yawn. Okay. Second purchase was the Topps Chrome NPB. That came in on Friday with all my supplies. And then I made an order. I didn't talk about this. Friday night, I made an order. And this is a little tip that you can learn from my mistake. So I was on Blowout, and Wave 4 was released, I think on Friday. And one of the sales in there was 2021 Leaf Pro Set. Now, kind of a garbage, not really garbage product, but it's a lot of people poo-poo the Leaf. I actually like Leaf for the most, until I start logging them into trading card database and I see that there's 150 variations, and it's like, come on, man. So, however, the price was right. It was I think it was $300 for a 20 blaster case. There's 3 autographs per blaster. Now, the autographs gonna only run you a couple bucks probably, unless you hit there's some good names on the checklist. You hit some of those, you get the price of your blaster back. So, and there's singles. I think you get like 53 cards per blaster. I think there's 50 cards. I don't know if it's a 50 card set plus the 3 autographs, how it works, but breaking it down, I felt this is a good deal. Here's the mistake I made. I didn't shop around. Don't assume your favorite retailer. Usually there's 3 that have the good sales. Blowout typically is the top dog. Dave & Adams, Steel City Collectibles. After I made that purchase, then I'm like, I wonder what David Adams has. I wonder what Steel City has. And one of those other two had the same 20 blaster case of 2021 Leaf Draft for $275. I could have saved $25. Could have saved a blaster and an extra $5 if I would have went with the competition. So shop around. Even though if Blowout has a great sale on something, doesn't mean you can't find it for less with one of the other retailers. So I'm going to do my due diligence a little bit better here over the next couple weeks as Black November continues. By the way, don't think, here's another tip for Black November sales with some of these retailers. What's been happening the last couple of years, and specifically with Blowout, because that's typically where I do my Black November, Black Friday shopping. Typically, the sales on Black Friday are just rehashed sales from their waves in Black November. There's no price decrease. Like what you see is what you get here. And then Black Friday typically is the couple of years, it's just been the same stuff. Like they haven't even introduced new stuff. I don't know. Every year seems to be different. It'll be interesting to see how they carry out Black Friday this year. I miss the days of Black Friday where they would just randomly every 3 minutes have a new deal. And so you had to be at your computer, which working at the office now, Black Friday, where I, in my previous job, I could do it. But now it's like, just, I'm here. So shop around and don't wait for Black Friday because there may be, there may not be any better deals that come along. Let's go to the chat. We've got Shane in the house. What's going on, Shane? Good morning to you. Bill's in the house. What's up? Good morning, Bill. Steel Cards is here. Good morning. David is here. What's happening? Happy Monday. Good morning, Johnny Boy Cards. Victor's in the house. Good morning. Johnny M says, good morning. Hope you all had a good weekend. Time for me to listen and list. Had my best weekend of sales in months. That's great to hear. My weekend was subpar. Saturday was really bad. Sunday was a little better. It felt, and I think it was because Sunday, and this is all like anecdote, like, man, I just haven't had any sales. And then you go look at your numbers. It's like, oh, wow, I actually had a really good day, or vice versa. Yesterday seemed like it was a worse day than Saturday. It was actually a little better than Saturday, but still far from where I want to be. My impressions are up, though. Over the last 30 days, my impressions are up 5%. I hit yesterday, at some point yesterday, I was my 30-day total for impressions was over 17 million. It's been a couple months since I've been over that. Back in the day, I was with like half the listings. I was at like, what was my highest? Did I ever hit 30 million? I might have hit 30 million impressions in a 30-day, because I was pretty close to averaging 1 million impressions a day at some points. But now it's, between 5, there's been a couple days where I hit 1 million impressions. Typically it's when I run big sales. See what some of the most recent days have been. So let's just see yesterday. But again, it's not equaling higher sales necessarily. Okay. So I was at 700,000 impressions yesterday, which was higher than Saturday. Shane says, happy Monday, Johnny. Welcome to the weekend. Well, my weekend, at least it's Saturday for Shane. There you go. Jordan's in the house. What's up? Good morning. While on vacation on the East Coast, it is so much better for these morning shows, but I will say I feel bad for you guys when it comes to sports. It's so late, man. I agree. East Coast start times and then West Coast start times. Man, it's really, the older I get, though, I think the earlier I would like the start times. If it's like a 7 o'clock game, that's 5 o'clock Central Time. It's 8 o'clock East Coast time. And it's kind of like vice versa. The West Coast start times, like I'm not even awake at first pitch sometimes for a 9:30 first pitch or a 9:15 first pitch. But it's 7:30 or 7:15 out there. Kyle, what's happening? Good morning. Dan's in the house. What's going on, Dan? Donald is here. Good morning. Shane says it's always a fun weekend. Ed's in the house. What's up? Happy Monday, Ed. Brian, good morning. Harlan's in the house. Good morning to you. Set Cards is here. What's happening? Shane says my coworker has the vid as well. Oh, man. Yeah, it's going around. I've had like the sniffles, but it's also the weather changing, So hopefully it's just that. A little scratchy throat, but that's from like the drainage, the snot running down my throat. How about that in your Cheerios? So hopefully it's not. Hopefully we don't get sacked with COVID this week. Hall of Fame card collector, what's up? Good morning. How did your case of NPB go? I just opened 2 boxes yesterday. It's going to be one of those where I'm just going to open when I get an itch. But I love it, man. I love Chrome NPB. It's a really fun product to rip. Brian got my eBay swag for answering all their surveys during the eBay Open. Nice. Everyone needs eBay pom-poms in a fanny pouch. That's funny. Value box diggers in the house. How about Dobbs? Everyone was wondering if Love or Fields would be the better quarterback. Yeah, right now Dobbs is the guy. And who would have thought? Who would have thought? Hell, who would have thought 2 weeks ago, right? I remember having some Josh Dobbs, and I may have some like higher end Josh Dobbs somewhere in a box, because I think there were some Dobbs in that collection I bought a couple years ago that was full of RPAs and autos. I know there was some Josh Dobbses in there. I have no idea if they may have been on my 99-cent auction. I may have listed them on eBay for $5. I don't remember. I guess I could look in my history. Or they could be in a box randomly somewhere here in this basement. So if I have any like base, I know I had a bunch of Prism base rookies, probably a silver. Those are probably still or were at one time in my quarter boxes. DPM Sports Cards, what's up? Good morning. And I haven't, and going back to Dobbs, I haven't looked to see what his prices are because until I actually find something, I'll go look. I don't want to, because then what happens is, oh my God, it's going for this much. I'm going to go spend an hour looking, and then you don't find it and you pissed away an hour. That Lions game, wow, was the best of the day, back and forth till the end. See, I didn't watch, because on that channel, we got the Packers Steelers. So I had that game on, and that was a hell of a game. Dave says, any song requests for Saturday before I finalize my list? So this Saturday is music trivia, Club 400 music trivia, Crystal Lake, Illinois. I'll be there. I think we've got a winning team. We've got, I don't think anybody will know these names. Dave will know the name. So I'm on Team Crawley. It's Crawley and his wife. The Colognes. Bill Watts, Cowboy Bill Watts, and his son and girlfriend. And who am I missing? That's Crawley, wife, Cologne 1, Cologne 2, Bill, girlfriend, Mason, me. 8. So that's 8. Yeah. So that's our team. I think that's a winning team. Red Light 34. What's up? Good morning. Elf, Brian says. Elf's in my second tier. I can't watch Elf as much as I can watch the others. Elf is definitely up there in my Christmas movie rankings, but it's not top tier. Top shelf, Christmas Vacation, Home Alone, and now Office Christmas Party. Elf is in that second tier. What else would be in my second tier? There's one Hallmark Christmas movie that I would like put in the top with Candace Cameron Bure. It's like the Switch, the holiday Switch. I can watch that a couple times a year. Christmas Story, probably not until my third tier. Like, I'm just not a big Christmas Story fan. It's a Wonderful Life is one of those movies that I can handle once a season. And that's a movie like closer to like a Christmas Eve. That's more have it on Christmas Eve. Play some Monopoly with the family and have It's a Wonderful Life. It's not something that I'm going to watch. Zach and Porter in the house. What's up? Good morning. Tiger727 is here. Mark Marinello, what's up? The Dominican Baseball League played at Citi Field this weekend. They outdrew the average Mets crowd. Not bad for a baseball game in mid-November. Yeah, right? Value Box Digger says, I heard Zach and Porter sales are not increasing, but LRS is having huge sales on Dogecoin and Pokemon. Anyone that didn't previously, please drop your TCDB username in the chat if you're on the site. There you go. I haven't logged many cards here lately. I was getting ready for the card show. And I don't know what else. I did list. I got a couple. I got a couple of Adon Sanchez in the mail, working on the rainbow for Adon Sanchez and Bowman Chrome. I think I'm up to 20 of the 45 cards on his checklist. So my player rankings here, we can just show. I can share my screen. So a little TCDB talk. Share screen. Collection. So these are my cards. These are my personal rankings. And this is not unique cards. This is total. So there's a lot of dupe. Like Ethan Roberts, I think most of those 441. Most of those are his Topps Update base rookie. So I've got 737 Ernie Banks logged. That's what I started kind of working with at first. Dylan Cease, Ethan Roberts, Sandberg. Those are all players that I have had broken out. So they were easy to log. Now, let's see. Top teams, obviously the Chicago Cubs. And then I listed minor leagues really easy because you grab a team set and you can list the whole team set. So my current rankings, what was I at? So I've logged 1,686 unique Cubs baseball cards out of 208,505. And I am ranked number 628. Number one has 20,942, and I think I'll be able to crush that number. I've logged total 6,589, and I have over 990,000 Cubs cards. How many? Everybody wants to know, how many Cubs cards do you have? I want to be the guy that gets you to 1 million. Well, I'm keeping it under wraps, which I guess is a nice term for this time of year. I am keeping it under wraps. Not because I want to tease those people that want to give me the millionth card. I appreciate that. I love the sentiment. I just don't want to hit 1 million during the off season, the holiday. There's a lot of stuff I want to, going into baseball, announce that I have it. So the Cubs cards that I receive are on a shelf, uncounted. So right now I have 989,000 in some. So I think I'm going to do I'll grab a box from, Mike Summer or whoever, and I'll count those. Hey, and here's the updated count: 990,300, 990,500, so on and so forth. So that's kind of the plan, and should hit 1 million officially around spring training. So now I get to control. I kind of like that. I get to control your destiny. So I have been turning a lot of Cubs cards down. I had a dealer that would trade basically his table fee for a whole bunch of Cubs, thousands and thousands of Cubs. And I told him last month, I'm like, hey, I don't need any more Cubs. And his stuff, it was more modern. It wasn't just junk wax. It was good stuff. But again, it's a lot of stuff that I already have. I had another dealer Jeff, who I know Zach and Porter love digging through his boxes. He reached out to me, sent me a text this week. and said he had like, I don't know how much, like 15,000 Cubs. And I'm like, that would put me, boom, officially over. But I'm like, no thanks. Because it was a lot of like 91. I saw yellow, I saw red, I saw 90 Donruss, 91 Fleer. So just don't want any more of that. So now I'm focusing what I buy. It's, it's cards, and it's not necessarily cards that sometimes if it just kind of pops, if I'm looking for something, it's like, oh, there it is. And sometimes it happens. Like when I buy, like I'm not always looking for a particular card, but if it pops up at the right price, it's like, oh, okay. Like I said, I'm working on the rainbow for Adon Sanchez, and I had posted, now I'm up to, at that time, 16 out of the 45. And somebody on Twitter said, hey, I've got the gold. Like, I'll sell it to you for $30. That's a hell of a price. I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. I got it. The Justin Steele, I shared that story. Somebody pulled the Justin Steele Archive Superfractor. Like, that's a really cool card. I need the auto. I go on eBay, send an offer, gets accepted. 2 weeks ago, I probably wouldn't have wanted that card, but it just hit me at the right time. Sometimes somebody will, hey, do you want this card? Nah. And I'll turn down cards for like well under comps. Like if I like Ryan Sandberg rookie cards, if there's a Sandberg rookie card in $1 box, I'm going to buy it. If there's a Sandberg rookie card in a $5 box, I'm going to pass every single time. It probably sells for $10, I think. I don't know the Sandberg rookie card market, but I do know the Gwynn, the Puckett, and those rookie cards of Gwynn. Yeah, Gwynn. Puckett was 85. Who was the other? Gwynn and who was the other 80? Boggs. Those are roughly $10. But I'm going to pass on a Sandberg rookie at $5 because I have so many of them. Like $5, I don't care if it's under comps. I don't need 47 of them. I'm happy with 46. So it's just kind of whatever strikes my mood. And sometimes I'm not even in a buying. Sometimes it could be something I want at a price I'll pay, but it's like, I've already bought XYZ cards. I'm not in a buying mood. And I kind of like being this way because I don't have, it's just very passive. Like, I don't need it. I don't want it right now. I'm good. Where some people, it's like, I don't have it. I have to have it. I need it now. And I don't work like that. It's like, I don't have it, but I don't need it. So kind of how I roll. Speaking of like buying, people ask, what's the card you want as the millionth card? It's Cap Anson. One has come up for auction in a lot. And one of my dealers reached out to me and said, hey, there's this lot, and it's got the Anson. He's like, would you want to go 50-50 on this? So I'm still contemplating because it depends on, we're going to have to break it up. We're going to have to split it up. And it's going to be one of those things where the price is got to, if it's going to go for 20 grand, that's more than I'm willing to pay. If it settles at 8 grand and we split it 4,000, I'm okay with that because if I can get the Anson and then recoup and get that price point of the Anson down and sell the others. However, these are not like super fluid cards either. Like it's kind of difficult to move those super old cards. So that's going to be something I'm going to monitor. I think there's still a couple days left in that auction. I've got to get back to my buddy, my dealer, and tell him yay or nay. He might be in like, okay, just more for me. If you don't want in, more for me. So we'll see. Flawed Thinker, what's up? Good morning. Set Cards picked up the Bowman NPB. Very nice. Good morning, Brian. What's up? Having more success selling Pokemon over sports, nerd alert. And that's kind of, we talked about that yesterday. And, I'm seeing more first-time dealers on the Pokemon side to the Madison Card Show. And the dealers that are kind of falling off are sports card dealers. And of course, there's, I still get new first time sports card dealers, and I still have Pokemon dealers that, fall out. But looking at the November show, let's see, of first time dealers, let's see, I have one. Just one so far. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So far, just 5 first-time dealers. And of those 5, I know for a fact 1, 2, 3 are Pokemon and TCG. And I know 1 sports cards and 1 I'm not sure on. And that's kind of been another guy is coming back for just the second time, and he's a Pokemon guy. Who else? I think there was one other second timer that just set up for the first time last month. Maybe not. So, and I've got some guys that are coming back that haven't set up in a couple months. I like that. I like the rotation. I like having like half the dealer base kind of pop in and out. And it provides, different stuff to look at. You're not looking at the same showcases and boxes month after month. So I like having that. I like having the ability to, pull in new dealers when regular dealers are unavailable. Grinding for goods in the house. What's up? Happy Monday. Flawed Thinker went to a card show this weekend with the wife. I begged her not to go, but she insisted. Continued to complain the whole time. Oh, man. Sorry, man. Sorry. Yeah, my wife sponsors the Madison Card Show. And she popped in one time just to kind of see the lay of the land. She's like, I'm good. I'm like, you would hate it. And she goes, I know I would. And that's why I'm not going. Spent 2 hours there and bought 1 card. She was like, you dragged me out here for 2 hours for 1 card. I told you not to. Yeah, don't come. Bummer, dude. The LG Twins won the Korean series tonight. Nice. Good morning, Tom. Long story, but I started my eBay journey in late 2019. The first card I listed to experiment with listings was a 1994 Topps Finest Devon White. It finally sold over the weekend. How fun is that? When you have a card that's been on eBay for 4 years, you probably forgot. Well, I mean, for you, that was your first card, just experimenting. How cool is that? Like, I was sharing eBay talk with a customer at the show over the weekend in Rockford, and we were talking about organization and just sharing how I work. And it's like so much. There's no sorting involved. It's like I just take this pile. It gets assigned a SKU 6AV. And it goes in the tab 6AV. I go to box 6 when something sells. Boom. But there's older stuff that's not in a SKU. And so I know that that's at least been on eBay for over a year. And I still have regular sales from stuff that's been sitting over a year. And I know it's been sitting for over a year because it's not in a SKU. And sometimes it's like, whoa, I didn't even realize this was still listed. What's even better is when you have a card that was listed say in 2021, Bowman. Now the market was way higher than what it is now. And I probably opened it at release week. So it's been sitting at my store overpriced for 2 years. And all of a sudden he may have reached the top 100 prospects, or, all of a sudden he's worth what he was at release week that didn't sell. I had something like that. I have a bunch of Bowman first edition from, I think, 2021, and it's all overpriced. But every once in a while, I'll sell something for $5 or $10. It's like, wow, if somebody came in and offered me $2, I would have taken it. So just a note, if you see any Bowman first edition, you can send me lowball. They're not lowball offers. I just haven't changed the pricing on it. But some of it still sells. I think the most recent was a Jared Jones Bowman first edition. There's another one in my eBay store. It was listed for $5. Somebody came and bought it. I'm like, man, I would have Taking 2 for this. James still laughs at Bad Santa. Great movie. That's a movie I enjoy. It's not in my top 2 tiers. I don't even know how many tiers I have when it comes to favorite Christmas movies, but Bad Santa, definitely a movie. You know what's an underrated Christmas movie that I didn't even realize until a year or 2 ago? It's 4 Christmases. Hilarious. I think that's moved into my 2nd tier. Again, I don't know how many tiers I have. 4 Christmases. There's another movie that I kind of put in the same tier as Bad Santa, and I can't remember the name. I think Ben Affleck is in it, and I think it's part nostalgia because I first watched it when I was going back to my parents. My dad was still around. It might have been my dad's last Christmas, and so it was a good movie. Surviving Christmas with Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck is in it. It's got a great cast. James Gandolfini, Christina Applegate, Catherine O'Hara. I mean, what a cast. 2004 is when it came out. And I didn't even stumble upon it until, well, if my dad was still around, it's been like 7 years. So I guess it was like 2016, which was still 12 years after it was released. Surviving Christmas, if you haven't seen it, it's a funny movie. Here's just a brief rundown. Let's see. Just before Christmas, wealthy advertising exec Drew Latham surprises his girlfriend Missy with first-class tickets to Fiji, but she is horrified that he would want to spend Christmas away from his family. Citing the fact that Drew has never even introduced her to his family, she concludes that he will never get serious about their relationship and dumps him. Drew has his assistant send her a Cartier bracelet to apologize. Desperate not to spend Christmas alone, Drew calls all of his contacts to find a place to stay on Christmas, but he is not close enough to anyone to be invited. So basically, how does it come around? So Drew tracks down Missy's therapist. I think Missy must be his girlfriend. Drew tracks down his girlfriend's therapist at the airport, hoping for a therapy session. The hurried doctor tells him to list all of his grievances and then burn them at his childhood home, which is now occupied by the Valcos. Okay, so it's his childhood home, and then that's where James Gandolfini, Catherine O'Hara live. I think Christina Applegate is there, and of course, he falls in love with Christina Applegate, and his girlfriend comes on Christmas thinking that's his childhood home. It's a very funny movie. There's some sad parts in it as well, with I think most Christmas movies. Surviving Christmas 2004, Ben Affleck. It's a good one. Tom says everything sells on eBay. Eventually. Absolutely. Everything will sell on eBay. Eventually. It may take 4 years, but it might sell. Shane says Christmas Story is legendary. What a great movie. Yeah, I'm just not into it like many are. Now, will I watch parts of it? Yes. It was my dad's favorite Christmas movie. We had to watch it 7 times. 14 of the 24 hours it was on TV at my parents' house. It's Dad, come on. Let's watch something else. He's I don't want to watch Home Alone for the 1,000th time. Well, I don't want to watch Christmas Story for the 1,000th time. Andy Mack, wow, has never seen It's a Wonderful Life. I don't think my wife had seen it until we started dating. So yeah, and now it's one of those things. It is on more today than it used to be on. It used to only be on I think NBC had the rights. So it was only on twice a year. I think they aired it on Christmas Eve and maybe Christmas Day. Now it's on, you can catch it throughout the Christmas season. But Mark is in the house. What's up? Good morning. Dan wants to know, how do you view your player rank within your... So my own player rank? Okay, so go to your collection. So basically, all right, so go to your upper right corner, 1 million Cubs, go to collection, which brings you to this screen. And then go to, if you want to, so baseball, I assume. Go to your baseball tab. I don't know why I think I have some cards that it's a Cubs player and a Bears player on the same card. Anyway, go over to stats. Go to stats. So now it brings up you can search by price, by name, by team, by set, by year, by brand. So go to top names, and that's your rank. So 737 Ernie Banks cards in my collection so far. 446 Dylan Cease, 441 Ethan Roberts, 333 Sandbergs. I don't like the value because like some of them aren't even like Ernie Banks, $886. Mine's an SGC1. It's probably not worth $886. American Caramel Hack Miller 200 I'd probably say it's closer to 100. 1961 Billy Williams, $76. I think I paid $10 for it. $70 for a Bowman draft autograph of Dylan Cease. I don't think that's accurate. The Gaudy Lynn Nelson, that's pretty close. I think I paid $35 for the Lynn Nelson. George Yulee, 52. I got that on an eBay auction recently for like $15. What else is on here? And then, of course, there's some stuff that's like not even, like my Adon Sanchez, not even priced. So, and I think that's because it's not, I don't know if they take their pricing. Jenny probably knows. Zach probably knows. I think they take their pricing from Sport Lots now, maybe. I don't know. Die Hard. You can get into that argument. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Sure. If you think it's a Christmas movie, like I wouldn't put Die Hard, like I would put it in the action category. I'm not watching Die Hard at Christmas. If it's on, I'll watch it. I think that's a fringe. I know this is like a heated debate. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? And I don't have I can side with the non-Christmas movie crowd. I can side with the Die Hard is a Christmas movie crowd. The same can be said about Gremlins. Is Gremlins a Christmas movie? Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Gremlins is also a Christmas movie. That's my take. Good morning, Brian. What's up? What made you chase the rainbow of this Sanchez guy? And is he a minor? Yes, he's only like 19. Here's why. I wanted to get into a break of Bowman Chrome, and he was really cheap. And he is, is he going to be an all-star catcher in Major League Baseball? Probably not. Most of these guys won't be. But he was cheap, and I bought into a cheap break. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to buy into a couple more cheap breaks. So I bought into like 3 or 4 player breaks. I didn't really pull much. But I basically got what I paid for. I pulled a couple of refractors, maybe one color out of 3 or 4 breaks. So then I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to, and then I found a couple cheap singles, and it just kind of went from there. It's like, now I'm in. So there are cards. I got the red shimmer, I think, non-auto, which is numbered to 5. I just got that at all. I think it's going to be delivered today. But there's like orange autos that I need, but they're overpriced. Like Burbank has one, and they have it overpriced. And I sent an offer, and they like countered it like $5 off. It's like, okay, screw it. So that's the thing. I don't need it. I'm not going to overpay. Just because I need it, I'm not going to overpay for it. So, I got the gold auto for like $30. So I'm not paying $100 for the orange shimmer. So, but that's the genesis of my Adon Sanchez rainbow chasing. Brian starts his new job today. I work from home now. My new company has sent me a monitor, headset, and keyboard. They have not sent me a laptop yet. LOL. Well, that'll be tough. Dan says, just started watching the Reacher series. It won't win any Emmys, but it's entertaining. The Reacher series. Is that Jack Reacher? I've read some of those books. I think we might have watched that. I can't remember. Flawed Thinker says, not sure if you mentioned it already, but how about that Aaron Rodgers news? He said he's planning on returning mid-December. If he does, then it shows you what money in medicine can do. That's pretty crazy. But is he on medicine? I don't know. Is it because he's like anti-medicine? I don't know. Yeah, it would be on par with Adrian Peterson's return from his ACL tear a few years ago. I'm rooting for Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is one of those guys. I didn't like him because he played for the Packers. He's a little bit weird. He's very quirky. He's funny in his own sense of humor. So I'm rooting for him. Hopefully he can come back. Hopefully for those Jets fans too. I passed on 9 different bulk boxes at different tables this weekend because the dealer would not give me a price. They wanted me to give them a price. Number one way to not make sales, don't price. Yeah. And I'll walk away. And it's funny sometimes dealers would be like, well, what's your offer? And I'm like, I don't have an offer. You give me a price. We can work from there. And I'll walk away and they'll, oh, and then they'll throw a number out. Sometimes the number's good. Sometimes it's bad. But yeah, I will walk away. I don't have to buy your cards. If you're not going to give me a price, you're the seller. You have to set the price. You are selling an item. You set the price. And sometimes, and we talked about this, I think during the Chasing Cardboard segment that got some flack on lowball offers. It's like, well, the seller didn't give a price. It's like, there's no such thing as a lowball offer at that point. Like, okay, this is what I'll pay you. If you don't have a price. I've done that. Like, well, what do you give me? Like, you have to give me a price. No, well, what would you offer? You have to give me a price. You are selling it. I don't need to buy it. Well, just what would you offer? That happened at the Rockford Card Show. I'm like, I don't have a price. And I walked away. He's like, whoa. He's like, how about 100? And I'm like, yeah, I'll do 100. But I could have said 100, but it's like, no, you're the seller. You set the price. If it's something I really want, and I think, there's different scenarios where this can play out. If it's just a bunch of stuff that I have, like, I don't need more bulk. Like, I have rooms full of bulk that I see at card shows all the time. I don't need any more of that. If I can get a good price on it, I'll buy it. But only then. Collector's Dream, what's up? Good morning. Sal Dougie is here. Happy Monday. Mike O, what's going on? Just had a Bobby Dalbec Topps rookie sell that I listed on April 14th, 2021 at 3 p.m. I love it. I wonder if I've had any recent sales that I've been the small player lots have been moving. So that was Ken's old strategy back in the day. 8 cards, $5. And I just sold this morning a Barry Sanders lot. And yesterday I sold a Tony Gwynn lot. And who else? I think Peyton Manning is sold. It's been a nice trickle of sales. Let's see. I sold a 1984 Donruss Danny Jackson. I think that's more of a recent. Yeah, a lot of these sales are fairly recent. Nothing non-skewed so far. Bummer. Yeah, Tony Gwynn lot. A 1991 Topps Major League debut, Tom Gillis. JG says, agree on Surviving Christmas. There you go. It's such an underrated movie. And it's really not, you don't find it on TV that much. I think the only time I've watched is like on Christmas Day. It seems to be on Christmas Day, but I don't see it like any other time. All this Christmas movie talk, I think maybe as I finish my Topps Chrome NPB, which I will talk about here, I'll maybe throw a Christmas movie on. Violent Night is a great action Christmas movie. Came out in 2022. Violent Night. Let's see. Mark says, Boomer top 5 Christmas movies. It's a Wonderful Life. Miracle on 34th Street. Shop Around the Corner. I've never seen that one. It Happened on 5th Avenue. I don't know if I've seen that one. And A Christmas Story. So It's a Wonderful Life is a classic for me. I mean, it's just a classic. So it's definitely on, but it's one of those that I can only watch once, maybe twice a season. Miracle on 34th Street doesn't do, I think it's just too old timey for me. Just doesn't, I've never seen Shop Around the Corner. I've never seen It Happen on 5th Avenue. And A Christmas Story, I think, and I know this is a hot take. I think A Christmas Story is overrated. Babes in Toyland. Now that's a good one. That's a movie I haven't seen in a long time. I remember liking that when I was a kid. Johnny says Die Hard is one of my favorite Christmas movies. Dan, you are welcome. John's in the house. What's up? I sold a 1987 Topps Will Clark with a gum stain. That's awesome. Those go for a premium. You would be surprised. A lot of people are surprised. I would actually, Dan, I bought a bunch of stuff from Dan at the National and Korean Cardboard Dan. And I finally started going through the stuff a couple weeks ago. And I think it was 85 or 86 Topps. There were a bunch of gum stains. And I'm going to list them on eBay because you can sell them for, a couple bucks. They're not going to sell for a bunch. But 87 Topps Will Clark might go for a premium. But gum stains actually, people are like, oh my God, it's damaged. It's got a gum stain. No. That's people actually collect that stuff. It's worth a lot more than a non-gum stained, especially like when it comes to 87. An 87 Topps Will Clark, there's a million of them. Not a million gum stained though. Mark says A Collector's Dream. The Great Escape has an all-star team of actors. Great movie. Good morning, Stook. Collector's Dream says an incredible list of actors. TCDB does pull pricing from sport lots, but users can enter prices they paid also, and then it gives averages of card cost if more than one price is entered. That's interesting. So I could go in my Adon. Let's do this. Let's see if I can do this. Let's real time. Oops, wrong screen. There we go. All right. Let's go to my, wrong screen again. Top names. There we go. Let's go Adon. I have 31 Adon Sanchez, but only 20 uniques. I'm at 42.6%. So collection. So let's see. What's the last, where's my phone? Let's see what the last card I bought that I have in my collection that's been received. Purchases, looking for delivered. So it looks like it was the Speckle. The Speckle, which is numbered to what, 299? There it is, the Speckle. Submit a price. Cool. I'm not going to read all that. I'm going to accept it without reading it. Okay, price. It was. Can I just put in all in? Like I paid $14.36, but some of that was taxes, some of that was shipping. Let's just type in $14.36. Let's just pretend that was $14.36 ship. Free shipping. Okay. Near mint. I don't like saying mint. Graded? No. Grader? No. Grade? No. Autograph? Yes. Auction? Yes. Was that an auction? I think that was an auction. And okay, let's just add that. So, and then it gets reviewed. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I probably won't do that, but that's good to know. That's good to know that you can actually put the pricing in. Cause yeah, I've noticed a lot of the pricing just in our little exercise. It's like, and it's going to vary, like, especially if it's graded, like my Ernie Banks rookie is an SGC 1. If somebody submits an SGC 7 price, obviously it's not going to be the same as my 1. Zach says, I'm not even close to being caught up in video chat. I try to add the image and updated pricing when I add cards, especially since many of the cards I add don't have a price since 2019 or prior. Interesting. Flawed Thinker says, got into a break over the weekend and got the cards and raise. Ended up pulling a Pujols auto to 150 from Bowman's Best and an Xavier Isaac Sterling auto of 100 redemption. Nice. Good morning, Paul Carl in the house. Jack Reacher. Yes. Sweet. I've read some of those books. Flawed Thinker says, I tried buying a Joe Burrow card the weekend at that show, and a guy wanted 600. I said it has sold multiple times over 2 weeks at 300. I said I'd give him 250. He said he was firm. So I said, good luck. Because he was probably in it for 650. That's what it's funny. It's like, well, either they'll say, either they don't say it or they say, well, I'm in it for 600. Well, Tough. That's not the market anymore. Good luck. Paul needs more bulk. If you were close to me, I could hook you up for days. I've got bulk coming at me in every direction. In fact, I've got two of my wife's coworkers have one collection's like vintage, and another collection is probably junk. So I'm actually the junk collection. I'm going to reach out today. They my mother-in-law texted me over the weekend about it, and it's a lady who's like my mom and my mother-in-law's age, and it's her son-in-law's stuff. He doesn't want it, and I'm like, oh boy, because he's probably my age. And what's the stuff that we have in storage from our childhood? Junk. So, hey, I'm willing to check it out, and I can guide them if they want to, sell it, whatever they want to do. Probably won't be a buyer, but can at least guide them. Ken says player lots moving. Yes. Who would have thunk it? It's and you know what I like about it is it's super easy. I list, so I've been doing the Ken method, 8 cards, $5. And yesterday I listed, a whole bunch of lots. Let's see. And it's trickle. It's not like they're going to sell overnight. Sometimes they do. Barry Sanders. So this weekend sold a Barry Sanders lot, Tony Gwynn, Tim Duncan, Larry Bird, Peyton Manning, Ohtani, Emmitt Smith, Bo Jackson, David Robinson, Russell Wilson, Ohtani, Ken Griffey Jr., Randy Moss, Joe Montana, Acuna, Dan Marino, Tim Duncan. So Karl Malone, John Stockton, those were like, I had listed a handful. And I sold Karl Malone and John Stockton like a day later. And I'm like, okay, let's get our hands dirty and do this. I haven't listened too many baseball, and that's like what I have just coming out my ears. I've been doing more football, basketball since it's in season. And those are moving. So we'll see. I've got Shane. I know Shane's probably watching on replay. So in the future, Shane is watching this. He's going to be coming to the Madison Card Show, and he does some similar stuff with player lots. So Shane, hit me up and let me know who you're looking for, so I can at least put some of those so I'm not stripping all of my quarter boxes for my own player lots, because I've got plenty. So I will make sure that I fill up on stuff you need. Flawed Thinker says, even tried to do a bulk deal, but most of his cards were 1.5 to 2x the most recent comps. Not sure if they sold anything the whole time I was there. Probably not. And they were probably the guy that at the end of the day, oh, this show sucks, I didn't sell a thing. Well, you were overpriced. Cooter, what's up? Shop Around the Corner was renamed as You've Got Mail. Really? Now, I probably saw the You've Got Mail, the new version. I'm sure Shop Around the Corner was an old-timey movie, because there was a You've Got Mail movie that came out, late 90s. I was working at the grocery store, because I remember having the poster in the window. You've Got Mail. Who was that? Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan? Is that right? You've Got Mail. Kitten, what's up? My sales have been great the last 3 days. It's weird. It seems like when I list daily, then miss a day or two, my sales spike a bit. I think there's kind of what I've known. This is anecdotal. I don't have any data to back this up. But it seems like there's kind of a delay in listing. Like you would think your sales, as soon as you list something, it's newly listed and of course ending soonest. But it seems like when I do like 1,000 cards in a day, I don't see like an increase in sales until like 2 days later. And then all of a sudden it's like, holy shit, I'm selling all these cards. I don't know if people are building carts, adding to their cart with the new stuff that I've added and then shopping for other stuff to get those discounts. I don't know what it is, but it seems like there's a lag from the time I list to the time I start really seeing the increase in sales. It seems like it's a day or two. Let's see. Cooter says It Happened on Fifth Avenue is my favorite Christmas movie, a must watch. I'll try to find that. I wonder if it's streaming anywhere. If you know, let me know if it's streaming anywhere. It happened on Fifth Avenue. Is it in black and white? It happened 1947. Holy moly. Actors I've never heard of. Looks like it's on Apple. Looks like all options are you have to pay for it. It's on YouTube. It's on Amazon. So I get those, but do I want to pay $3? I don't know. Maybe I'll wait till it comes on like a cable. Johnny M. Sold a 1990 Topps Bruce Smith, been listed at least a year, ending and sell similar, has helped move a lot of sitting inventory this week. Doing 400 to 600 a day takes 1 minute per batch. I looked at that last night. I even considered doing something I hate doing, running some auctions, but it's like, But it just, I lose money running auctions. I lose money and I don't gain any traffic from running auctions. Let's see. Ending today. I have 1,500 items ending today. So I guess I can do that for at least a couple hundred. Bargain Boxer is going to be in Chicago. Spectacular. I'll be there Saturday. Hope to see you, and we can fight each other in the bargain boxes. Paul says it's just a 12-hour drive. We can meet halfway. I'm picking up a truckload of bulk next weekend, so I'll be set for a while. There you go. You'll be set. Player set team lots have had a 30 to 40% sell-through rate for me at 100 to 150 actives since I switched to primarily lots. What I'm seeing, and Paul, I don't know how many cards per lot you're seeing. I've kind of experimented with various numbers, cards. The bigger the lot, the less it sells. The small lot, the 8 cards for $5, boom. They're, not flying, but compared to the bigger lots, they're flying. The bigger lots, not even a bite. Not even a bite. Seems like the more cards in a lot, the less people want it. And I'm talking like unique, and it's unique cards. Maybe a couple duplicates in there, but all unique cards. Johnny M says just sold 2 WWE cards listed during this show. Nice. Now, where's Low Roller Scratcher? He says you should list more. You should list more WWE cards. Only person I know who pays 1.5 to 2x comps is Jeff Wilson. Taking Jeffrey out of the equation, what percentage do most people pay in November 2023? I think 70% is probably the average. I think most people are paying 70%. You're going to get a large amount of people that pay 60%. You're going to get a large amount of people that pay 80%. I think it's somewhere around 70%. That's my thought. And that's coming from just dealers that I talk to. Now, they could just be giving me a line of bullshit saying, yeah, I buy at 80% comps. Well, do you really? But I talk to a lot of guys and they say, yeah, I sell to this guy because he buys at 70 or 80%. I don't sell to this guy because he's only at 60%. So I think it's probably somewhere around 70%, maybe 65. But I think it's somewhere in that vicinity based on the people that I talk to. Which again is in the grand scheme is a very small sample size, but it's a sample size nonetheless. Cooter says Meg Ryan's bookstore was named The Shop Around the Corner in You've Got Mail. Aha! I love those little nuggets. Paul is doing 100 card lots with exact scans and bulk boxes. Interesting. So I'm doing 8 card lots the old fashioned way, just doing it on my phone when I list from the couch. Listing, I don't know, 20 a day at a time. I'm still focused on singles. That's still my bread and butter. So it's nice to have the balance of the player lots along with the singles. Bargain Boxer has his countdown. That's to the National, Cleveland, Ohio, 256 days away. Let's see. Value Box Digger says, according to Twitter, 60% of comps is an insult. Card Collector 2 pays 80% on his YouTube videos. And I think a lot, now, what's the success rate? If that's what you pay, what's your success rate at 60% versus 80%? Obviously, if you're paying 80% of comps, you're probably buying a lot more. So, there you go. So Topps Chrome NPB opened up. I bought a case from Blowout of 2022 Topps Chrome NPB. Remember Kaz Ishii? I think he was a Dodger pitcher. So he's in this set. This is a purple refractor. These are numbered out of 299. A lot of color per hobby box. Are they worth much? Probably not. These are, I haven't not listed these. Po Jung Wang. That's green, numbered out of 99. I got a Sho Nakata blue refractor, numbered out of 150. I do not think there are autographs. I mean, at least in the 2 hobby boxes I opened, there were 0 autographs. I don't think this product has autographs. Has a lot of color, though. Another blue, numbered out of 150. Fernando Romero, I think he was a Twins prospected pitcher. This is an aqua, numbered out of 199. These are like 1 per box. Power Dynamics insert. This is Masato Morishita. You know, the comps are pretty high on a lot of these cards. At least what I've been looking up. Purples. There's a lot of purples that I've been pulling. Another Power Dynamics Ogawa. Tetsudo Yamada green of 99. 99. Aqua Fujishima. And then another blue Tobashira. So I don't think I've listed a few. I'm listing some base here this morning. I've listed a few of the refractors in my eBay store. Flash that. There you go. Links in the description. So I'll be listing some of the base here this morning. There's not too many on eBay, which is something that I look for when I'm listing singles. What's not? That's what I'm looking for. What am I not going to have a lot of competition with? You know, your oddball stuff, your food issues, your sets that are kind of, you know, under the radar. So this is certainly one of those. Great question from the Bargain Boxer. Is color the new base? Yes, my friend, I believe it is. Especially in 2023. Topps has introduced so many new colors. I mean, let's just Bowman Chrome. 2023 Bowman Chrome. Well, I can tell you there's Adon Sanchez is in 2023 Bowman Chrome. There's 40 unique Adon Sanchez cards, which actually compared to like Panini is really not that much. So 2023 color, you've got the base refractor, you've got a fuchsia, you've got an aqua ray wave, you've got blue, you've got wave, you've got green, you've got yellow and gold and orange and red, of course, the superfractor. Now, you also have the shimmer refractors. You have speckle refractors, purple and purple shimmer, fuchsia pink vapor wave. See, now we've jumped the shark on color. When it takes 1, 2, 3, 4 words, it's no longer a color. Fuchsia shimmer, blue aqua pink vapor, green shimmer, yellow orange vapor wave, gold shimmer, orange shimmer, red aqua vapor wave, shimmer red, and of course super. So yes, I believe we are entering color is the new base territory. Color is the new base. It doesn't move on eBay, and it's all over quarter boxes, especially when you get into football, basketball with Panini. I mean, I've got my football bargain boxes are filled with color, and people do not buy them for a quarter. So yes, color is the new base. Baseball, it's still like you don't find if it's a Topps product, you don't find too many color refractors in quarter boxes. But if it's baseball, but if it's Panini, yes, because Panini has like 75 different colors, and there's retail and hobby only and all this bullshit. So it's getting into that territory. So that's what I had for today. Topps Chrome NPB. It's a fun rip, even though I don't know what's been fun. Is, and I texted Zach yesterday because Diane Viciedo is in this product, former White Sox. So you see names like there was Fernando Romero that I showed just a bit ago, Domingo Santana. So there are some former Major League Baseball players that are in this product, which is always fun to see. Seiya Suzuki's not in this one. He is in 2021 though. Kaz Ishii, Nori Aoki. There is, of course, Yamamoto, who has been posted, who will be in the major leagues next season. Roki Sasaki, who will be in a couple years. I don't think he's going to be eligible for, a couple more years. Let's see. I thought there was a couple other in this pile. Maybe not. Looking for one. Brandon Laird. I don't remember Brandon Laird, but Kenta Kazona. Mel Rojas Jr. So it's just fun going through these and seeing the various names that played in Major League Baseball. So Dan has tons of NPB foreigners for sale from earlier years. Very cool. And I mentioned this yesterday. Walgreens has some repacks, like in blister packs of like Topps UK and Topps Chrome NPB. I said maybe if I leave the house. I didn't leave the house. I took Biscuit for a walk yesterday, but didn't leave the neighborhood. But Walgreens down the street has one of those with 2021 Topps Chrome NPB. It's like, hey, I'll go look for Seiya Suzuki cards. Be a little fun rip. Maybe I'll go Walgreens hopping for the Couch People Christmas party. I've got to get a banner made. Couch People Christmas party is Saturday, December 16th. Uncle Rich Klein is organizing a Secret Santa. So it's like a $25 limit max. And he sets it up, gives you your Secret Santa person and what they collect. And then you just send it to them. You can open it before, you can open it during the Couch People Christmas party. It'll be a live stream Saturday, December 16th. We'll start it off at about 7 p.m. Central Time. I'll be at a card show in St. Charles that day, so might be 7:30-ish. But that's Saturday, December 16th, Couch People Christmas party here on StreamYard, here on this YouTube channel. Link will be in. You can join us. We had a lot of fun. We did it last year. Ethan Roberts joined us for a little bit. I think he was in a hotel room in Denver getting ready for a Nuggets game. So we have a good time. We open our Secret Santa stuff. I had a whole bunch of wax that I was ripping through. I won't certainly have as much as I did last year. But it's just, we just hang out. We just hang out, talk, and it's live here on YouTube. If you don't want to call in, you can just watch us. You can watch us, hang out, and talk. So if you're interested, hit up Uncle Rich Klein. Go to the Hobby Evolution Facebook group. There is a post in there about that, and you can connect with him and get signed up for the Secret Santa. Again, the Couch People Christmas party is Saturday, December 16th at about 7 p.m. Central Time. Hit up my eBay store. It's scrolling there at the bottom of your screen. Link also in the description. Maybe I'll see you this Saturday in Chicago at the Donald Stevens Convention Center in Rosemont for the Chicago Sports Spectacular. I'll be there Saturday, digging through bargain boxes. So there will not be this weekend, there will not be any Hobby Evolution shows, Saturday nor Sunday. So I'll be driving down to Rosemont Saturday morning, and then I'll be still in the area Sunday morning because do trivia that night, Crystal Lake. So no Saturday, Sunday Hobby Evolution. What else? Next card show I'll be set up at Madison Card Show, Saturday, November 25th. That is the Saturday of Thanksgiving weekend. So come out, see me at the Sheraton Hotel on John Nolan Drive, Saturday, November 25th. If you haven't already, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and again, visit my eBay store and buy some cards from me. Have a great Monday, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.